Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Rose of Venus Tarot. It's Lacey. Thank you so much for clicking on to my video, Divine Feminines, Light Feminines, Dark Feminines, and all of my haters that decided to tune in. You're getting me paid, haters. This is going to be a general collective energy reading, you guys. So come in, get comfortable. We're going to speak prosperity and wealth over your life, and we're going to speak karma over your haters and your betrayers. Let's get into it. Let's call on the divine to guide us and protect us. Divine, please guide. Oh, divine, please guide us and protect us as we dive into this collective energy. Please give us clear and concise and precise messages. Let me know what's going on in this collective energy. What do we need to know of? What do we need to be aware of here? Right off the back, you're rising and you're heading straight to the top here. You're rising to the top and you're teaching people a lesson who try to like casually F with other people because they are getting karma and they do get karma and they end up feeling bad, especially people who want to be like a backseat driver to your life and the way you do things. And comment and say different things. They almost did so casually, I guess, because they don't have a lot of movement in life. You're teaching people how to be nice, how to be kind, how to be smooth here. Somebody regrets being so unnatural and calculated in their movements. Somebody feels like they look disgusting. They don't like their body. They don't like the way they act. They kind of want to undo it here. They feel like they look weird, in general because of the way they act. Everything is like so calculated. So like stand on business. They do things, to earn people respect. And it's like they're ultra like weird because they try to calculate and catch any little thing here. But you guys, you let things go, you let things flow, you giggle at people trying to whatever, and then you go on about your day. You don't necessarily feel a heavy need to check anybody. And then they're noticing not just this about you, they're noticing this about all of the divine feminines, aka the ones who have things that they want, things like attention, things like um attention, marriages, love here. Like to get the true masculine's love and attention, it's like you got to be that divine feminine and that divine feminine energy. Like, like this person didn't realize they operated so much in masculine energy to the point where they only attracted like feminine men, feminine men. Somebody could have, this energy is neither here nor there, but a lot of you guys, you got a lot of prosperity coming into you. And this is as far as love, life, career coming out here. Some of you guys might be moving to a different place. We got enjoy the journey, embrace each moment fully, staying open to new experiences and lessons along the way. Yeah, a lot of you guys are being told that you are in a safe place to where you can open yourself up to new experiences and new people. If you're ready to have those people in your life, they might be ready to have you here. Enjoy the journey. Spirit is also saying, enjoy the journey. Don't feel like somebody wanted to send you this sort of walk on eggshell feelings like, oh, it's gonna be hard. Nothing's gonna be hard. Remember, nothing's hard. Nothing's difficult here. There's not what's hard. Name one thing in life that's hard to do. Nothing in life is hard to do. Maybe push out a baby. Is that hard? You got certain medications for it. It's a little hard though. Like like it's not a lot to. It's hard to do. Hard, what people call hard, is something that might take a long time, meaning that it requires mental attention here. Like divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. I had something in my eye. I was like, I still in my eye. Hold on. Okay, it's funny because the card I pulled out was true intentions. At the same time, somebody was commenting true on my YouTube page here. True intentions, stay authentic and aligned, trusting your inner wisdom to guide you towards genuine fulfillment. This is you right here. This is the energy I was talking about. You emanate. You emanate such realness that can't be emulated. Somebody feels like, oh my goodness, they want to take back every word that they did or said towards you because they just feel and look dumb for it. Like, like this person is so. We got adapt and thrive. Luck flows with change. Stay flexible, embrace shifts, and learn from the journey as answers reveal themselves to you. Adapt and thrive is coming out here. A lot of you guys are great at adapting and thriving. You actually adapt. You're going to find out that you adapt better and quicker in challenges. Challenges give you what you need to stay focused and the fun you need. A lot of you guys are going to be able to enjoy the journey because you enjoy challenges here. A lot of that evil eye they try to send towards you is melting off of you as you achieve more and more here. You're proving these people wrong. There's all of the evil eyes falling off of you. You guys are successful people, and people are beginning to recognize you as successful here. Your enemies, though, are going through just somebody's just not loving themselves here. Like some of these people, they could have gotten their body done. They want to undo their body because they feel like maybe it's their body that they don't get the love that you get here. They like, they don't like themselves. They like, maybe they got the, yeah, they don't like their fake butt. Like, like you could have that BBL and all of that stuff. Maybe they felt like this was going to be the thing that like made them a top girl here, and it didn't make them like a top girl. I've gotten my tummy tuck, lipo, all of that, whatnot, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it for everybody else. Y'all know I barely show y'all my body unless I feel like flexing. I'm like, let me post pictures because yeah, I was hating on my tummy tuck pictures. Not y'all, some people. Some people, I started getting mad backlash. I'm like, I'm like, oh. Like, oh, you only want me from the neck. It's fine. But that being said, this is something that this person thought was going to lead them into stardom or something here. Like, rather than their true talents and things like that. There's a lot of women who might get a BBL and then they use it to sell dresses and stuff. And that could work. It could be very eye catching. But this is somebody that wanted to maybe just be famous off of having a look here. They thought they were going to get famous off of having a look. And, that's not the case here. They saw so many other girls become famous, and then they're realizing that the one thing that a lot of us have in common, like I was talking about the other day, like the different types of famous girls, is it. It. Like to be an influencer, you don't need to necessarily need a BBL. A BBL is not going to make you an influencer. That passion you have is going to make you an influencer. Like I just came here, why? Because I love tarot cards and I love talking and talking to myself on topics that other people be like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna, they know angel numbers. What girl? I don't know. I'm like, you don't know angel numbers. You didn't know 333 and 3 is the creative card. No, I didn't study numerology. Like I used to read my numerological scope. They got numerology today. They're not getting like the cosmic prescription and forever conscious. Because we ride a stream together that not everybody rides together. Like people don't be understanding that it gotta come from a love here. They're trying to figure out how to come from a true, authentic place of just wanting your place and the attention that other people got. They just and what they're realizing is that they want to be a star, and a lot of you guys are realizing that you guys are cursed to be a star. You're cursed to be a star. You're going to attract attention because you got passion, you got love inside of you. You have this love for life. The way you look dancing alone, like it gets attention. People, yeah, it gets people attention. You guys are I'm trying to like you guys are just a star quality person, and this being a celebrity is not based on what you look, though some people try to make it like that. People, this woman was sold something like, where she thought she had to have a certain look to be famous, to be loved. Now they're looking at all of the women who don't have bodies like hers that's getting love, being famous here, and they're wondering what it is about them, and it's the fact that they don't suck as people. This person is like a bully. They try to put people down. They try to act in certain ways that dim their light out here. They also have a superiority complex, and they're just not very likable. Like, I've met quite a few celebrities, and I've been surprised at how down to earth they were. Or even just downright awkward, like like they were like like even being I'm not phased. I hang around. I'm from New York. It's not that I'm not phased. You just be surprised that, they could be coming into a Dunkin' Donuts, and then my friend be like, "Hey, that was 2 Chainz." I'm like, "That wasn't two. Yeah, it was." Like, here, I'm like, not him in general. Um, I did see Meet 2 Chainz when he came to my college when I was on. He did the BET Black College Tour, and I was in the HBCU. That's when I saw him. But that being said, you'd be surprised at how humble they are, because that's not necessarily what they expected to be. They wanted to be a rapper, but they didn't realize that being a rapper meant being famous, like some people just enjoy vlogging. They didn't realize being a vlogger was going to make them famous. And then people were like, "Hey, you're that potato lady. Hey, potato lady, like you were growing the spuds, and then that's what they come to realize. They're like, I'm not rapper, I'm not the potato lady, I'm not the Nell lady like Lacey. You can check out my aesthetic page down below in the description box. um they're like, what is it that they have to find it, like, they have to explore things that they might like here, things that they might like to do, and then have to put that love back into the world and share what they love in the world here. They have to find true hobbies. A lot of people have discovered that what you have is your true hobbies because they can't bully you out of it. They can't make you feel like, oh, okay, people aren't gonna like, you're like, leave me alone. Like, leave me the hell alone here. You're not letting anybody buy you either. Recovery, come back, find strength and healing as each step forward renews hope and paves the way for a triumphant resurgence. With adapt and thrive. Yeah, you guys um recover and come back. I feel like somebody wants you to like get over what happened between you and them, like come back to some sort of work environment or some sort of family. They're like, like they want to think, they want you to feel like, hey, we family. And it's like weird because no, you're not. You're not family. You don't feel a place amongst them. You don't feel invited. You don't feel, and they're just not where you want to be at in life. And you have a right to want what you want in life. I feel like these are lonely people who cling to each other because they feel ostracized, because these are stars, but they're stars that have fallen. Like, these are fallen stars that want you back and need your light around them to feel charged here. They got some sort of, I don't know, bad outlook on life, not bad outlook on life. They got the bad end of stardom because they might have that light that attracts people to them, but they don't know what to do with it. I feel like a lot of stars could have that problem too. There's stars that there's a feminine energy in your energy field that doesn't have that light to attract people, but then there's people who have that light that attracts people, but they don't know what to give them or what to offer them. Even me, I could have struggled with that. I'm like, why do I attract so many people to me? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a creative. Like, I'm like, but what should I create for them? There's so many options, you know? How do I entertain them? I'm like, let's start one step at a time. Look at my hands. All right. And people know, like, you when you got goodies for them, like you got gifts, you feel like Santa Claus. Gifts are like, you're like Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus. People feel like you got cookies, you got gifts, you got gems to share with them too. Also gems of wisdom. A lot of you guys are being looked at as very wise here too. You're getting more and more wisdom, more and more money. You're growing. Your haters are falling. Everybody who went against you sucks, and you're perfect. Just remember that. But pretty much. I ignite ambition, pursue desires with drive, and face consequences bravely. Keep an open mind as answers reveal your journey here. Yeah, okay. There's going to be different things you didn't expect upon your journey. Somebody, like, some of this is going to be a large sum of money. Some of this is also going to be in the form of more, I don't know, there's some complications coming up here, but I don't know how to explain these complications. Um, ambitious. Divine, just tell me more. Okay, yeah, what it is creativity and you being pulled in so many directions. The only complication is that you guys are not going to be sleeping a whole lot. This is why you guys are still slowly waking up in that jet lag phase and being served one or two balls at a time and juggling here. But some of you guys, you were like, you guys are about to go far and go hard, like this is like touring city to city, always on the road, living out of suitcase, suitcase, suitcase. I've been living out of suitcase. You about to be living out of a suitcase, some of you guys, and touring and then being involved in multiple creative projects at one time. That octopus in you is going to be like put to like strength here. Like you're gonna have, oh goodness, but you're going to have the money and the flexibility here, and you guys are going to get ish done. You guys are going to be work, 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 work. Baby, don't you work, 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 work. I don't believe you. Nobody texts me in a crisis. Nobody, you guys are about to work, 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 work. Baby, baby, work, 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 work. We got hurtful events coming out here. Hurtful events. As you endure this period, learn not to dwell on the past so I won't anchor you down. Hurtful events. Learn not to dwell on the past so it won't anchor you down. A lot of you guys aren't dwelling on the past anymore. I feel like you reflect on it sometimes. And this is the people are very much happy with that. You can reflect on the past without dwelling on the past. Like even though negative ish happened to you, you don't feel the need to sit there and ruminate on it. Somebody would expect you to still be talking about the same ish from like 10 years ago and whatnot, but you're not. You guys always have something new to say, something new to be a part of. Like, it might come to mind, but you guys aren't constantly living in that energy, living in that pain and putting that pain on other people. Somebody in your past could feel bad for constantly putting their pain on you. This could be somebody that could have went through like something tragic, like maybe SA, like when they were a child, and they could have like repetitively like told you that, or like made you like their trauma dump, and they feel like that ruined the relationship between you and them because they were always dumping that trauma on you, like like, and then it's like they could understand why you pulled away because there's a difference, if they tell you once or whatnot, but then it's like they feel like they tried to use you as free therapy and like always was bringing the mood down. You didn't necessarily want to be there and hear all of that. Plan wisely, cultivate success through meticulous research and strategic plotting. Your foresight will unveil new paths. Plan wisely is coming out here underneath hurtful events. Somebody, yeah, okay, so yeah, okay, yeah, with the hurtful events and planning wisely coming out together, I feel like this is somebody that could be planning wisely on how to Hmm. Navigate get justice from some sort of hurtful event. This could be you or them. If this is them, this could be them like feeling like, there's no statute of limitation on what they've been through, like when they were a child. So they might finally want to take their persecutor or they're the one who victimized them to court. They might finally want to get some sort of justice for that. They finally, maybe their parent didn't face it. They didn't like, believe them or didn't know what to do or what to say here. Like maybe they didn't say anything or whatnot. And yeah, like they want that type of justice because they feel like you guys are able to live your life here. You're able to live your life because you speak out, because you guys stand up for yourself, because you're not going to be robbed from your life. Somebody feels like the light in them went out because of what they went through, and they were trying to use that as an excuse to hold you in place, but you can't be held in place by their trauma. I feel like a lot of you guys had your own trauma here. You've been through whatever you went through it, and then you just, whatever, you let it go and you moved on with your life here. And you guys are living a good life, a happy life here. And these people still live stuck in their trauma. Like they really don't do certain things, they don't go certain places, they live in a state of depression, they never really got help. It's like, and they kind of wanted you to feel bad or feel like you had to be their little emotional slave and their free therapist. That's not right. It's now they're realizing since they can't pull you down, guilt you out of having a life, that the only thing they could do is do what they need to do to live their life for themselves here. That's pretty much it. A lot of people are inspired by you though, and you always living the life that you want. A lot of you guys are not particularly scarred. You guys laugh and you go on about life here. It's like, your mind is a lot different. But I feel like that's it, you guys. I hope you have a good day, night, evening, whenever you're catching this reading. Goodbye.